to the Sartorial Geek podcast. I'm Jordan Ellis of Jordan Danae, and I'm here with Liz Crowder.
What's up, guys?
This episode should come out right before San Diego happens. So if you're listening on time, we're doing a bunch of panels this year and like some other hangout stuff. So go to sartorialgeek.com for a list of like where we'll be and when. But even if you're hearing this late, you can go there to see where we'll be. We have our events and stuff on our little calendar. So that's just a great resource to know about anyway. But Liz and I are doing another monthly recommendations list. This one's going to be a little bit short, but it's the summer and, you know,
who cares?
We're doing like summery things.
So who cares? Yeah.
Yeah.
4 is good. 4 is enough.
Yeah. 4 is plenty. So the first one, which is my favorite thing to do in the summer, is what is your guilty pleasure TV show right now?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so currently, well, for the last probably, I don't know how many years, maybe since 2011, my guilty pleasure that started out just like a pleasure and then turned into a guilty pleasure as it kind of went a little bit downhill, Supernatural.
Like, what is this going to be?
It's Supernatural. I love Jensen Ackles' face. So I know his name. I was about to swear, and then I remember that every time we record a podcast, you have to put that it's explicit. So I was going to say fucking, and then was like, no, I better not. And then I fucked up his name. So now it's going to be explicit, and I sound like an idiot. But I love Jensen Ackles' face. His whole face just makes me so happy. I don't care at this point what's going on in the show. I just need to look at him and bask in the glow. So that's mine.
I mean, I think that's what that show is for.
Just staring at his face.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so pretty.
I mean, like, it's really hard to have that many seasons of a TV show for any other reason.
Yeah, that's fair. You're not wrong.
I'm like, that show's still going. I mean, I'm not up on.
Do you watch it?
The news. So I started watching it. I think I started watching it too late. So like I wanted to watch it from the beginning, and I was like, oh, this is hard for me to.
At the beginning, I loved it though. I was like, this is cheesy and campy, but they're hot, and also it's kind of like 1% filling the Buffy void in my life.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, I need to.
Started. Yeah, and then after a while, I was like, well, they're angels now.
But he's everyone's favorite, right? I feel like he's all over Tumblr.
I feel like he should be. I feel like he should be everyone's favorite.
Yeah,
the other one's
I think
fine.
I've seen him a lot.
Yeah, he's fine, but he's not.
Not your favorite?
No.
That's okay. That's okay.
I thought he would be because he has the long hair, but
he's cute.
Yeah.
He's real cute.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah. In comparison.
So Supernatural, my guilty pleasure TV show.
Well, we're on the same page because, I mean, I would say the CW is the home for all guilty pleasure TV shows forever and ever. So mine's Riverdale, which is...
I haven't seen that.
It is the CW show. Like,
it's so really bad.
So, I mean... I won't say it's really bad, but so I watched every episode of Pretty Little Liars. I've seen every episode of The OC.
Oh boy,
so you know what I mean? It's like right up my alley. Yeah. And then they add this kind of relevant, I guess, layer of like a murder mystery, which makes it even more up my alley.
Does it have to do with like vampires or something?
No.
It's just how to get away with murder, but kids.
Yeah, kind of, but like also everyone is hot and like there's so much music. Like everyone's like a cool high schooler and they're all in like a band and there are always talent shows.
There are no cool high schoolers
singing. Well, everyone is like 25 and a cool high schooler in this show. And like I don't really know. I know it's supposed to be based on the Archie comics. I know like the characters are the same. I don't know if the storyline like
lines up at all.
I don't know. I have read some Archie comics and I don't know.
I've read 0, so I'm going to defer to you on this one.
I mean, I will say if you like trashy CW shows where like good-looking people are just making out and singing, and there's sort of a plot.
No, see, that's a little too far into the CW world for me. I like to hang out on the outskirts.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my favorite, because it's good, but it's really fun to watch.
Because you don't have to pay attention.
Yep.
I get it.
And the kid who plays Jughead, which I am the worst with names, he's the kid from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Which one?
I don't know. One of the twins.
Oh, one of the twins. Okay.
Maybe. I might be wrong. But
he's hot now?
Oh my God, Liz. Yes, he is.
I feel so inappropriate right now.
Yep. Well, and I did the stupid thing where I watched 5 episodes and I couldn't stop staring at his face. And I was like, who is this kid? I definitely know him.
It's from Babysitting Days.
Oh my God. It is literally from when I was a nanny and watched that show every day.
Same.
This does not feel right.
No, it's wrong.
Yeah. But, it's not bad.
People should watch Supernatural and Riverdale if they want.
If you want
Fill
a
your brain with
mindless,
trash.
I mean, and again, not to belittle the true fans who literally super love. I mean, I get it. If you really love either of those shows, go for it.
I really love Supernatural. I'm just saying that currently it's not objectively great.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I know. I'm with you.
But I love it. I still love it. It's just
I mean,
I would do some things differently, I think.
You can love things that aren't objectively great. That's
that's the whole thing. That's what we do here. Yeah.
Next question is, what is a good book to read at the beach?
Okay, so I don't fully subscribe to you can only read light stuff at the beach. So my recommendation is going to be a little nutso, but this is what I'm currently reading, and I just read it at the beach, and so I'm saying it's a beach read because I like to read it everywhere I go. It's not. You feel like you should be reading it in October.
Is it spooky?
Yes, it's The Stand by Stephen King.
Ooh, is that new or old? I don't know.
Very old, but somehow I've never read it. So I was just long, good classic books that I just haven't gotten around to, and this was one of them. It's so long, and it's so good. And I would say it's not very dense. It is a big book, and there's a lot going on, but I'm just flying through it, and not because I'm a fast reader. It's just very easy to get through, and it's super interesting, and it's post-apocalyptic, and it's it's very hard for me to tell you what it's about without kind of ruining it, but that's
a pretty common Stephen King thing, right? Where the plot is
I think this is one of his best ones, and I'm only so I'm reading it on my Kindle, so I don't have page numbers, so I'm 14% in, but also 300 pages in.
Whoa, what in the world?
And I have a very real sense that it's the end of society as we know it. And so since this book is so old, a ton of people will know if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but it's insane, and it's so good, and I'm loving every second of it. I think about it all the time when I'm not reading it. So read Stephen King at the beach.
Okay. I mean, I won't, because I would just be so scared.
No, you should, because it's not it, and it's not Carrie, not yet. Anyways, maybe it turns into those things.
I'll wait till you read the whole thing before I trust you.
I will tell you that right now people are there's a virus going around. It got out on accident. They didn't shut the military base down in enough time. One guy escaped, grabbed his family, and now it's just the virus is mutating and everyone's dying. And I just got to the point.
It's not a creepy clown right now. It's
here's the weird thing. So almost everyone who comes into contact with whoever has the virus instantly catches it and then dies. But there are a few people. I'm getting to the point where there are a few people, at least 2 that I know of, who aren't dying, but they are having really vivid dreams about some guy with no face. So,
okay, so it is scary.
Well, so I feel it might go. It might be a fever dream, even though they don't have a fever, or something else is going to happen. But currently, the military is killing reporters, just like gunning them down so that the news doesn't get out.
Whoa.
So it's like a lot of different, it feels like a lot of genres at once. So I feel like you could do it. I feel like you could do it.
I'll still wait until you finish because I'm really nervous. It's going to get dark.
I'll tell you. Yeah,
14% of the way through. There's a lot of time for it to get really scary.
I know. So the no face guy, I was like,
That seems like a recurring villain.
So maybe we'll see. It might just be like something that happens and so you're starting to figure out who is going to die based on who's having weird dreams. Yeah.
All right.
Read that at the beach.
I will not, but people should. You guys should do that.
What's yours?
It's another one that I'm currently reading and just read at the beach. I'm reading the first in the Shade of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. It's a darker shade of magic. We actually had one of our contributors review the whole trilogy on the blog.
I think that was Emily.
Emily did. So if you want her interpretation of it, you can check that out. I got to meet the author at Comic-Con last year on a panel, and like I've said every episode, I'm horrible at reading things. So I was like, cool, I'm actually going to read your books. So I am like half of the way through.
Do you like them?
The first one. Yeah, I really like it. I haven't read a fiction book for fun in like forever.
Why not?
And so it feels weird because I don't read, Liz. So I was like, this is what it's like to have a book you're just interested in.
Yeah, it's so
just
fun.
entertainment.
It's so fun.
So it's great. This like isn't spoilery. You find this out right away. The gist of the world is that there's like a little bit of magic, but it's not like Harry Potter magicians, like all magic everywhere. It's more like there's like a real world and like some people can do magic, and basically there are 4 Londons and like certain people can go like through. I don't really know if it's like dimensions, or I don't know fully how it's described, but like they can travel in between, and then, adventures ensue because there's magic and things. So it's really like, this feels so dumb to say, but it's like very entertaining, and I'm having a great time reading it, which I haven't done with a book in a really long time.
Yay for literature.
Yeah. So it's fun, and it's I'm pretty sure it's classified as young adult. So if you're like a younger,
good.
Yeah, like if you have, my sister's in high school, I feel like she would like it. So if you have like a younger person you're trying to recommend, the way other people who read it have talked about it to me is basically like, if you like Harry Potter and the Magicians and you're looking for another thing like that, the Shade of Magic series is like a good other thing to read if that's what you're into, which I feel like a lot of our listeners are, because most of us are Harry Potter fans. So that's perfect.
Love it.
This sort of goes along with your recommendation. What is a scary movie that you would recommend?
So full disclosure, until about 4 years ago, I never watched scary movies. I just hated them. I don't like to be scared for fun. I don't like the Ferris wheel. So
I'm a big weenie with scary movies too. So
I just I don't like to be surprised with something horrible, unless I'm reading, and then I can be okay with it. Like when I read The Shining, I was like, ugh.
Oh my God. I don't know how you read that.
Very scary. It was scarier than the movie.
Yeah, I believe you.
And I had already seen the movie, and I was still like, this is spookier. So I have two favorite scary movies, because I started watching scary movies. Actually, the first one I watched, Jordan, with you and Joey at Martin and Jenny's house, I think.
Oh my gosh, I know what you're going to say.
Yes. So I'll tell you. Yeah. So the first scary movie I ever watched that I was like, oh, this can be like good, and there can be a plot, and you can be scared in a good way and not in a cheap way, was The Thing from 1982.
Yep.
It is so terrifying. But I think there are a few jump scares, but every single one of them felt worth it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
It's not cheap and it's not like cheesy.
No, it's just like it's like a proper scare, which I never thought I would say.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then I started watching more scary movies, but like I would do a lot of research first to make sure it's not just someone running around chopping people up with the chainsaw.
Yeah, I can't do those. Those are not great for me.
My current favorite scary movie of all time, I don't know if you've seen this one, is The Babadook.
Okay, I have been trying to see this movie for like 2 years, and every time I suggest it, something happens and I don't get to see it.
Jordan.
Maybe this weekend I'll watch it.
You must. You absolutely.
Because it was on Netflix for a while. I don't know if it still is.
I'm pretty sure it still is. We watch it. So we've been watching it a few Halloweens in a row because we find the good ones and then we just like rewatch them every year. And it's so good and so spooky, but in the best way possible. So definitely watch it. There's a book involved, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, a children's book.
Okay. I am in the same boat as you where I like don't watch a lot of scary movies, but then every once in a while I'll just get into a mood where I'm like, let's be scared all the time. It's fine.
This is the one. So has Joey watched it?
No, we like need to watch it.
Watch this one with him. Watch it maybe while you're in California. If you have like a night off, do it and then call me.
Okay.
He's going to love it. He's going to absolutely love it. And you're going to love it too. Don't watch it by yourself.
I have never watched a scary movie by myself.
Like you could do it. Theoretically, you could do it. But the last person I brought over to watch this movie, it was right around Halloween. And he is a grown-ass man. I think he's 30, 31. Like an attorney. He was a law clerk for a while. I guess when he gets scared, screams, but not like a shriek. No. He'll like yell at the television. So he'll be like, fuck you, I'm not scared. This isn't scary. And then his voice just keeps getting louder. He'll like stand up in a chair. He'll like kick things. So he was doing that the whole movie. I'm not scared of you. This isn't real.
I love that. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna watch it.
Please. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you to watch it. Okay, what about you?
Okay, now I want to recommend to you. The most recent movie that I had seen before a couple weeks ago that really scared me, but that I loved, like it was the right kind of scary to me, was It Follows. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that one, no.
So apparently, for both of the movies that I'm going to recommend, apparently it goes one of two ways where people either love it and think it's horrifying or are like bored, which I can kind of see. Like it's not a slasher at all.
I don't need it to be.
It's like, yeah, you would actually love it. And this is like not a spoiler. The title is It Follows. And so like the thing is that there's a scary thing that like goes into, it takes the form of people and they follow you when you're like, there's one person who's the target of this thing at all times. And then like it follows you for your whole life until you transfer like the target to someone else. So it's just so creepy because like you can just be living your life. Like there's a way you can tell if it's like the thing that's following you. Right. So you just kind of are always looking over your shoulder. Like, is it you can try to run away and it will follow
It reminds me of that Doctor Who episode with Silence in the Library with the Boston Errata, where you were like, have to count your shadows. That's terrifying.
It's that kind of, but it's like, I mean, there are definitely jump scares, but it's not like all that. Like, I think you would love it.
You can sneak a few in, and I'm not mad at you. But if that's all it is, then it just feels cheap. Oh my God, you just reminded me. One of the movies we watched last year, this is going to sound crazy, and I don't know if you've seen it, and it was actually kind of scary. It was with Adam Scott, from Parks and Rec, with the gingerbread man.
Krampus?
Yes. Have you seen that?
No. Is it good?
Okay, so when we put it on, we were like kind of drunk, to be honest, and we were like, "This is going to be the dumbest thing ever." I distinctly remember a few times being like, "Wait, this is kind of amazing and scary."
I think I've heard that exact review from other people. Like, this should not be good. Wait, it's kind of not that bad.
Maybe we can bump that up to guilty pleasure TV show. We'll do like a slash movies.
Yeah.
But I distinctly remember thinking this shouldn't work. This really shouldn't work. Also, don't turn it off. We're finishing it. So add that to your list.
Is it a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
It's
or
both, Jordan.
Okay.
It's somehow both. Like, how?
I'll watch it at Halloween because that's soon.
Well, that's what we did. We were like, okay, I think we tried to push it to like the end of the month, because then you're like changing from like scary movies to holiday movies.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we'll save this one till the end. And it was like, usually we do that with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's
like
what I was wondering, if it's that kind of like
movie. Yeah.
Okay,
so this is like in that. I'm not going to say it's Tim Burton, because obviously it's not. But like I should have had that as my scary movie. I totally forgot about it until you started talking.
That's okay. We can have just a lot of scary movies.
Okay,
guys.
watch The Krampus. Thank you for knowing what it was called.
I think I'm right.
No, you are. You're definitely right. That spoke to me when you said it.
We'll just keep recommending scary movies. My other one that I just saw recently that I saw, I always see A24's new movies. Like, I get all their Facebook ads because, so Joey and his company actually did the logo for A24 and they work with them a lot. So I follow everything they do, and their movies are weird and awesome. And so when Hereditary started popping up, the trailer was horrifying, and I was like, I'm not going to see this. And then their marketing stuff started coming out, and they did this whole thing that like they got a couple rounds of theater goers to wear heart monitors, and they showed like the graph of everyone's like heart monitors, and they were like, it's the same as doing like an hour of cardio.
Well,
I was like,
cardio
okay,
sucks.
what?
So now I'm never going to see your movie.
So I was like, this is way too scary. And then I just hit one of those moods where I was like, you know what? Everyone is watching this, and I would never go see a scary movie in theaters. I haven't done it in like a decade. I was like, I just want to go. It was, I mean, again, like I said, apparently the reviews are either you think it's boring or you think it's like the best, scariest movie ever. I was freaking out, but it's really good. Like, it's creepy, and it has a really good story, and it's also terrifying.
I think I have to watch it because you just said that, and I've heard that it's just super scary. So I will watch it. Probably not in theaters because that's just like a little too much for me.
I know.
Do you know what you just reminded me of, though?
What?
One more super weird. Maybe, I don't know if you'll know the name of this one because I'm blanking on it right now, but it's a Tarantino film. Not recent. It's kind of old. Where it starts out kind of like I'm trying to remember if they were brothers and they're like criminals and people they're killing people and like kidnapping people or whatever. And then halfway through the movie, it switches and there are vampires. Suddenly out of nowhere. And I can't remember the name of it, but this was also on Netflix where I was like, let me just find a scary movie we've not seen before.
It's Tarantino?
It's Tarantino, and he's in it, actually. He plays one of the criminals. And you start watching it, and you know, like, okay, vampires appear eventually because Netflix tells you. But then you just forget. Because it's just like, oh, this is like a movie about criminals. And then halfway through, it's like, oh, nope, there are vampires now. And then it's Tarantino, so it's like bloody and stylized, but
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I
totally
want to see this.
Because I'm sitting in front of my computer, I'm just going to do that annoying thing where I look it up.
I thought you were going to be talking about Grindhouse for a minute, which was like the one that was...
I've not seen
and Planet Terror.
Also, He Did It follows? That's what they're saying on the internet. Well, now I definitely have to watch it. Okay, I found the name.
What is it?
From Dusk Till Dawn. It's from the 90s, from 96.
Whoa. No, I've definitely never seen that. I've maybe heard of it. All right. Well, I'm going to watch that too. Great.
You definitely should. George Clooney's in it.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a great list. I'm loving this. I'm getting recommendations.
Okay, good. Okay, now we can move on from scary movies, I think. I've seen more than I thought I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen many, but I try to see the ones that are like worth seeing.
Okay, those two.
Which is nice.
Yeah, do those two. And Babadook, so that's 3.
Yes. So our last one is funny because it was going to be favorite Twitter account. And then when I said that to Liz, she was like, I don't hang out on Twitter so much. And then she was like, let's make a favorite blog. I was like, cool, no problem. And I was like, wait, I don't read any blogs. So I'm going to say my favorite Twitter account. And she's going to say her favorite blog. And then whichever version you are more into, you can just follow that.
Because I haven't been on Twitter in 2 years.
So my favorite Twitter account, which I talk about all the time and retweet all the time, is emo Kylo Ren. It's actually, the handle is at Kylo Ren, but Ren is spelled with a 3 instead of an E. But if you type in emo Kylo Ren, it'll show up. Do you know about this, Liz?
I do, and I don't think I officially follow that account, but I do. I look at the tweets and I laugh.
Yeah, you can just like go through every once in a while and read them.
They're pretty funny.
I wish I could remember. I can't remember the person behind it. She is like a really funny writer. I'm horrible and don't remember her name.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah. I actually have done like at least one blog post about this account because I love it so much. It's basically, I think it started after the episode 7. It's a Twitter account that is just from the voice of Kylo Ren, but he's like his full whiny, angsty, emo self. And it's so good. Like, it's basically just like an angry teen who like hates his parents and like talks about loving his grandfather and about the darkness. And it's it's so great. There was one, oh my God, there was one that was one of my favorites that he was talking about how like he messed up his laundry and like now his blacks are different shades of black and he can't wear them together. And I was like, I screenshot it and I was like, did you write this?
Yeah, that is your husband.
Your blacks clothing doesn't match each other right now.
Out and buy new clothes.
I know. Start over. Yeah. I know. So if you like Star Wars and laughing, it's a
who doesn't really like Star Wars and laughing?
I know.
That should be their new tagline. If you like Star Wars and laughing, follow this account.
Yes, that is, that's exactly how I feel. Okay, so what's your favorite blog?
Okay, favorite blog. So I only actually read currently food blogs. Because in my spare time, if I'm not reading a book, I love baking and cooking. So my favorite blog of the moment is Joy the Baker. She makes the best food. She is not, I'm healthy in the sense that I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, but I'm also not scared of fat. So if you don't like butter, maybe don't make a lot of her recipes.
I have definitely looked up recipes before and hers have been the ones that have come up.
Because they're amazing. I actually just made her buttermilk pancakes when we went camping at Cherry Springs State Park and they killed. I almost don't want to give away this secret because I like people to think I am amazing at coming up with cool creative recipes, but my carrot cake cupcakes, they're hers. Ooh. And she puts pineapple in them. And it's like a cream cheese frosting.
Amazing.
Jordan, they are the best carrot cake cupcakes you will have.
Wait, why have you never made those for me? I've never had
those before. I'm so sorry. Next time you're here, I actually have to make some. They're Andrew's favorite, and I have to make some to thank I don't know, somebody at his job for doing a favor. So maybe I will
make an extra.
one extra
for me.
for you. But her blog and her Instagram account are just my favorite things. Sometimes she'll do crazy stuff, like she makes like dough from scratch, like pie dough and pizza dough, and she made a cheese pizza for Galentine's Day, but with the Caesar salad that was like literally on top in the center of the pizza. And I would never in a million years think to do it, or if I saw that somewhere, I'd be like, ew, gross. But because I know everything I've ever made,
you trust her.
I trust her with my life. Like I'm intrigued, and I might try it.
Well, that sounds good to me.
Also, her biscuits are really good. She folds them over like you're making a croissant, so you get like amazing layers.
Oh,
yeah, it's really good.
That sounds awesome.
So, Joy the Baker, look her up. She's the greatest. I want her to be my friend in real life. I hope she listens to this podcast.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those blogs you can't look at when you're hungry because you'll just freak out.
I just buy stuff. I buy ingredients and I bake. I just like cook all day long.
I mean, you're very good at it,
well,
so I'm thankful for her when I come over.
I like bake fresh bread every time you're here. So
it's what a treat.
Yeah, it's pretty delicious.
Awesome. So that was our recommendations for this month. If there are things you want to hear us recommend, let us know. You can leave a comment on our show notes, or you can write us on Patreon, or you can email us, or you can write us on Instagram. We are everywhere, and we listen to everything. And you can check out our Patreon also if you want to see our cool rewards and prizes and stuff. My favorite one is that you can be our pen pal, and we'll send you postcards and write you letters.
We really will, and we write the nicest letters.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Check out our website for our events and what's going on. Our awesome writers. We are so thankful and happy, and there's such good
humans.
There's such good stuff.
Yeah.
Everything is great.
Everything's the best.
I think that's it. Have a great week, everyone.
Stay nerdy.
Yeah. Bye.